at the back of the head. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Ganeshaya Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Shri Mataji Shri Nirmala Devai Namo Namaha. Now we'll take his name as Shri Vinayak. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Vinayak Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Shri Mataji Shri Nirmala Devai Namo Namaha. Now we'll take his name as Shri Skandarajai. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Skandarajai Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Shri Mataji Shri Nirmala Devai Namo Namaha. And now we'll take his name as Shri Ganrajai. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Ganrajai Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Shri Mataji Shri Nirmala Devai Namo Namaha. Let's humbly bow to him within us. And humbly request him to be seated in every chakra, in every nadi, to kindly sustain our meditation and help us ascend and establish the nirvichar and nirvikalp state. Now bowing down to Srimati within us, in our sahasrara. From the heart, with complete surrender. Request her permission and request her to take us to meditation. Humbly bow down to her from the heart. श्रीमती कृपा ध्यान आपके श्री चरणों में ध्यान करने की अनुमति दीजिए. Shrimati, kindly give us permission to meditate on your holy lotus feet in our sahasrara. Shivaji, we humbly request you to kindly establish the state of pure spirit, which is our true nature, within us, and may the joy, the majesty, the dignity, the innocence, the humility, the peace of the spirit manifest from our beings. By grace may we be silent within ourselves. Let's offer the three Mahamantras at her feet. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Mahalakshmi Shri Maha Saraswati Shri Maha Kali Trigunatmika Kundalini Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Shri Mataji Shri Nirmala Devai Namo Namaha. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Kalaki Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Shri Mataji Shri Nirmala Devai Namo Namaha. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Kalaki Sakshat Shri Sahasrara Swamini Shri Mokshpadayani Mataji Shri Nirmala Devai Namo Namaha. Shri Nirmala Devai Namo Namaha. Shri Mataji Shri Nirmala Devai Namo Namaha. Shri Mataji Shri Nirmala Devai Namo Namaha. We can check to see if we have the cool breeze coming out of us and we are in our own silence. And then we will start with the meditation with Shimaji. Jai Shimaji.
Now, what we can do is to, today, what should I tell you, the practical side? The meditation, alright? Let's see what is meditation is, what we have to do for a meditation. The first thing we have got is the left side, is the mana shakti, is the power of your emotions, alright? Now, emotions are connected with your right side also, prana. Say for example, if you are emotionally disturbed, just now we got disturbed, so our breathing also increased, and we felt the whole body was sort of reacting, and we were feeling the reaction of the prana, right side also, that it was trying to express itself. Like we started, the tears is the water element, and all that came in, and the whole emotion was so much pouring out, and with that our prana was also involved. Say for example, if you are frightened, she's not doing it, it's alright. If you are frightened too much, then what happens? She's alright. If you are frightened, then also you get your breathing very fast, isn't it? So it is connected. Yes, coming. So it is connected. If you are frightened, it is connected with your prana in your breathing, and your whole system is connected with your emotions, physical system. If you cry too much, or if you weep too much, or if you are a sad person, that shows on your face. Your Vishuddhi chakra also shows. Not only Anahata, but also Vishuddhi. Then also your Agya goes out. So all the chakras reflect the left side in such a way that physical manifestation is also there. So it proves that both are very much connected. So if you have to somehow or other dissolve these two sides within us, the left and the right side, because if you do not dissolve it, you are left halfway here. So you have to dissolve these two things. And to dissolve these, what should we do? What can we do in meditation? Can you suggest? Say we have got prana and mana. Now prana represents the right side, and the mana shakti is the left side. Alright? These two have to be dissolved. Laya means dissolve. Now how do we do it? To dissolve these two things. They are connected with each other. After realization, not before. So before meditation, we give ourselves a balance. Alright? Which side is more, which side is less. At the time, supposing you are emotionally that time disturbed, then you put your right to the left. If you are that time disturbed on the left side, disturbed in the sense that if your left side is frozen, then you raise your left side and give yourself a balance before meditation. Now, let us see which side is less. First of all, put your hands like this. Let me. Are you alright? Getting cool breeze? Getting it? In this I am not. Alright. Better? Are you getting in this side? No? Something moving? Cool breeze is coming now. Is there cool breeze? Is it? There is cool breeze in your hand? Are you feeling it? All right. So once you have given yourself a balance, then the best thing is to pay attention to your emotions, to Manasya. Watch them. You can enlighten your emotions by thinking of your mother, right? Just enlighten them. Just she will solve the problem. Whatever are the problems in the mana, all right? So once you get connected with those emotions and you start looking at them in your meditation, you will see these emotions are rising within you, and if you try to put these emotions on your mother, as they said, the lotus feet of your mother, they will start also resolving those emotions, and they'll become sort of expanded, expands. You will extend that in such a way that you will feel you are in control of these emotions. You are in control of them, and by that controlling those emotions, your emotions which are expanded, enlightened, are powerful. And these emotions, when you feel that way, then the cause of those emotions can be solved. For example, just now, you got emotionally stirred up because I talked about, say, these children. Naturally, anybody would be. Now, when you are stirred up with that, you put that problem of those feelings that are rising in you, that those waves of feelings that are coming at the lotus feet of your mother. So they get touched, say, by that power, you can say. Then these emotions become enlightened. And when these emotions become enlightened, they have a power to solve the problem. Do you see the point? As if they have reached the shore where they got the light and this problem can be solved. Because now you are not in an individual self. You are in the expanse. You are in the samashti. And because you have entered into that position, that's why you have got these powers of entering into another person's body, to see the vibrations of another person, to raise the kundalini. Otherwise, you could not have done. So for you it is very easy to do it, because I am also sitting here in person. So easy to put these emotions just there so that they get enlightened and your wish is fulfilled. Because emotions are nothing but wishes. These are unfulfilled wishes. Now, how they do it otherwise is also this way, that you take up these emotions and put them. So that is, these emotions are actually the left side, as I said, is the desire. So the desire is taken, any desire, and is put in the prana. Now how do you put it on the prana? That you control your prana. That's why they do pranayamas. See? Like you sit down now very comfortably. Now you have a desire to put your attention to that. Attention is very important. See? Now this attention is to be put onto the prana. So the emotions are there, and then bring those emotions and put them into your attention. Means they are now, you are aware of them. Now what you do is to watch your breathing. See now. Try to reduce your breathing. Reduce it. In the sense that you have breathed out, wait for a while, then breathe in. for a long time. Then you breathe out. So in 1 minute, your breathing will be less than normal. Alright? Try that. Breathe in. Now with the emotions. Keep the attention on the emotions, you see, so that the connection is established. Better? See the Kundalini rises? Now when you are breathing, you find that there is a space in between, which you just leave it vacant. Breathe in. Now leave it vacant. Now breathe out. Now leave it vacant. Breathe in. Keep it there. Then leave it. Keep outside. Now breathe in. Now start breathing in such a way that you stop your breathing. Attention should be on the heart, or could be on the emotions. It's better. Keep the breathing inside for a while. Bring it out, then outside for a while. Then again. Then you'll find that for a while you will not breathe. See, you settle down. The laya takes place between your prana and your mana. Both the Shaktis become one. Now, at this stage when you are silent, now you think of your intellect. It's lost. Just think of it, it's lost, it's no more there. So what is happening actually, that this laya, the attention goes into the intellect and enlightens the intellect. See, the thought is not there. Try to find your intellect within yourself. Now see, where is my intellect? Try to find it. It's not there. It's not working. Again try it. It is working, but it has become the samashti. It's become the collective now. See now? Did you follow that? There's no thought. This exercise will give you this thoughtless awareness, establishment of thoughtless awareness. There is no thought.
keeping our attention in the heart, on Srimati's feet, on our holy feet in our heart. In this state, here, we can pray for 3 moods of state of consciousness. On the left side is the joy of Sri Ganesha within us. Srimati kindly bestow on us the joy state of Sri Nirmal Ganesha within us. By your grace, you have given us thoughtless awareness. We humbly request you to establish it within us. Attention is still on the heart, on the emotions, as well as on the prana shakti. And then in the center and beyond is the surrender, the samarpan to Srimati. Just surrender. Now we'll offer this beautiful praise written by Sri Adi Shankaracharya. With our attention, with us surrendered at the lotus feet. Prate smarami Srimataji nityam Prate bhajami Srimataji Nityam. That every day in the morning we meditate on the lotus feet of Srimadji. And every day we venerate and praise her in our heart. Prate smarami Hriday sansfuradatmatitvam. Prate smarami Hriday sansfuratmatattvam. Sachid sukham paramhansagatam turyam. Sachid sukham paramhansagatim turyam. Every day in the morning, with your blessings, I meditate on the pure essence of the Spirit shining within my heart. And that gives the bliss of Satchit Anand, the truth, the pure attention, and the joy, which is the supreme Hansa, which is the state which takes us to the state of Turiya, that the fourth state of consciousness. Yat swapna jagar sushuptim avete nityam. Yat swapna jagar sushuptim avete nityam. Tad brahma nishkalam aham nacha bhuta sangaha. Yad brahma nishkalam aham nacha bhuta sangam. That is a state which is beyond the three states of dream, waking, and deep sleep. To that absolute Brahman, which is you, which is the absolute state which shines, which is beyond the five elements or the Panch Mahabhutas. Pratar bhajami manasa vacham agamyam. Prate bhajami mansa yad vacham aganyam. Vacho vibhanti nikhla yad anugraham. Vacho vibhantim nikhla yad anugraham. Yat neti neti vachner Nigam avocham yat neti neti vachner nigam avocham tadadeva devam ajam achutam ahur agrayam tam deva devam ajam achutam ahur agramyam. Every morning, with full surrender, I worship you, Srimati, who are beyond the mind and speech. By your grace, all that is said shines. That which is expressed in the scriptures by the statement neti neti, that this is not it, this is not it. For you're the one who cannot adequately be expressed in words. You who are the God of gods, the goddess of all gods, unborn, infallible, and foremost, at your lotus feet, we bow again and again. We surrender and kindly request you to bless us and raise us higher. Pratar namami tamasaha param arkavarnam. Pratar namami tamasa param arkavarnam. Puranam sanatam padam purushottam ajayakham. Puranam sanatam padam purushottam ajayakham. Yasminam vidam jagat ahesam ahesa murtaha. Yasminidam jagat ahesam ahesa murtaha. Rajvam bhujangam iva pratibhahasitam. Rajvam bhujangam ivam pratibhasatam veya. Prate smarami Srimataji nityam. Prache bhajami Srimataji nityam. By your grace, every early morning, I salute that darkness, the one which has no form, which is the nature of the Supreme Spirit, which is you, Shrimanti, which is full, Purna, which is the primordial abode and which is called as Purushottam, the Supreme Spirit, that's God Almighty. And you're its power, Srimataji, in whom this endless world is settled endlessly, because you're the beginning of creation. And the endless word, which appears like the primordial Kundalini, which blesses us and raises us to a higher state of consciousness. For that, we are grateful. We thank you again and again, Srimataji. Prate smarami Srimataji nityam. Prate bhajami Srimataji nityam. Shlokatrayamidam punyam Lokatraya bhusanam. Loktrayamidam punyam Loktraya vibhushanam. Prate kale Pathedyastu sugachet paramam padam. Prate kale Pathedyastu cha gachet param padam. Prate smarami Srimataji nityam. Prate bhajami Srimataji nityam. Srimataji, with these three shlokas, which are the aspects that unite the whole, and decorate this entire universe. And by your grace, whoever recites this prayer in the morning goes to the supreme abode, which is at your lotus feet, which you have so graciously granted that state to us, to all Saj Yogis, in your infinite compassion, concern, and love for this whole universe. And for that, we bow to you again and again. Jai Shri Mataji.
Yesterday was such a nice time we had together, and we really enjoyed Diwali. I think I've never seen such a joyous ocean absolutely going in a tempest. We have achieved the purpose of Diwali Puja, I think, only yesterday, is to feel the joy of God's love. But
Diwali word is from Deepa. Vali means the rose of light. It was celebrated firstly because thousands of years back Sri Rama was crowned on this day. That means the benevolence of human beings was crowned, was accepted. And in Sri Rama's life, you see an ideal personality being shown to be a king, to be the benevolent king as described by Socrates. So this was a great joyous thing that a benevolent king was crowned. That means we have to have a king who is benevolent. That's only possible if the people who choose the king have no other consideration but that of benevolence of all the people. So, one has to come to the conclusion that they have to be Sahjogis. Because others think that how much money we'll get out of this power that we'll have. Some think how much power-oriented we could be. Some think how many countries I can win. Or any other domination. So we've got two types of theories as we see. One is communism and another is democracy. Where one is power-oriented, the another is money-oriented, and in both the cases we say that it's all failed. And it's a good news for all of you to know that Russia, which was a country known to be run in complete fear, has turned out to be the best for Sahaja. It is one of the superpowers. When the government is like that, I think the people are better. They do not have these false notions of individual freedom. They do not think that, what's wrong? I told them, you must put oil in your head because you will become bald. Next day all of them were down without nothing to do. So the kind of obedience they had from very beginning of their country, that sense of obedience is so great. You tell them anything, immediately they do it. Not one, thousands. 1,000 were sitting in the hall, 2,000 were outside waiting for me. On a follow-on, imagine how wise and deep they are. While in the West we are lost in our so-called freedom, idea of so-called freedom. What's wrong? But actually we are slaves, if you see. Any fashion that starts, everybody starts doing it. But why? Why do we follow those fashions? We must see how we are slaves. Because others will laugh at us if we don't do like that. They'll make fun of us. Because they will criticize us. So, because they have got a freedom to criticize, we are frightened of such people who can criticize. And now the criticizing people are criticizing them. Critics have critics, there are other critics and there are critics after critics. So only the critics are produced. Where is the benevolence? There's no question of benevolence at all. So in the freedom, loving people who are supposed to be free, the idea of benevolence is finished. Because whatever good for you, whatever is benevolent for you, can be only understood if you have wisdom, if you have depth. But if you have this kind of freedom is to go amok, do what you like. Because everybody is doing it, I must do it. Everybody is singing like this, so I must do it. But from where does this idea come? There was a play we went to see, it was called as Star Express or Express Star or something. There was nothing except on the wheels. They were moving around us, gar, 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 nothing there. So anybody would go mad with it, I tell you. We were there hardly for 15 minutes, came out with a headache. We didn't know where to go. So with this kind of criticism that we have, is only freedom we have is to criticize others, make fun of others, react to others. How can you enjoy? To enjoy others, first of all, you must accept the goodness of other people, not mentally from your heart. And that will bring the benevolence on this country of ours, which we call the kingdom of God. Then there is, the second day is where Narakasura was killed. Now Narakasura was the one who was the devil from the hell, they say. Very cunning, very clever, and he was killed by the goddess. Actually, he was killed by another incarnation, Kartikeya, but goddess gave him the power to kill. So when he was killed, it was celebrated because the evil was killed. But we don't find that. These days the evil people are getting peace awards. So what is the reason for this kind of a perverted brain? How is it they are using perversion? Just the opposite of it. What has worked out? These things. So again we find the same so-called freedom to become also evil. So we have freedom to become evil. First of all, we have freedom not to be benevolent, and secondly, to become evil, we have freedom. So the Narakasura within us must be killed, the one which teaches us evil, to do evil to others. If you are busy doing evil to others, you can never enjoy. Because you enjoy doing evil to others. So that has to be faced within ourselves, not in other people. It's very easy to say that this Sahajogi is caught up, that Sahajogi is like that. But very difficult to say, Mother, I am caught up. I have got this problem within myself. So when you start seeing yourself, your heart opens out. Unless and until you learn how to open out your heart, how can you enjoy? Open your heart. Many people live on very superficial level. All right, some of them might say that I am possessed, Mother, I have got this position. Why? I have got this conditioning, that conditioning. But why? You don't want to enjoy. So watch yourself, see for yourself. This is my conditioning, all right, I'll put you right. See in the mirror, tell yourself, this kind of a useless conditioning, I've got it from where? Because I'm Indian, because I'm French, because of English. Open the heart. And opening the heart is only possible if Narakasura sitting on your heart is killed, finished, once for all. In small, small things there is joy. In very little things also there is a ripple of joy. If you are sensitive, you can catch it. Why not enjoy? Why to have this stupid conditioning on our heads for nothing at all that we can't enjoy? Enjoyment is only possible if you take out this one sitting on your heart. So, that is the second part of the Diwali, that you have to open your heart. Forget your nationality, forget your race, forget everything. So funny kind of things Sahaja-yogis have. They must be respected, they must be treated like this, or maybe that we are something great and they are no good. If you cannot mix up with the collective, something wrong with you. Nothing wrong with others. Easy to find faults with others. But what's the use? If you start finding faults with others, you do not become clean. Supposing I find that your clothes are not clean. My clothes are not going to get clean by that, are they? It's so practical and simple it is that we should see ourselves what's wrong with us and improve ourselves so that we can really, really from our heart enjoy. Third one is a very beautiful thing, is the Lakshmi Pujan. It's the day they worship Lakshmi. I've told you many times, the symbol of Lakshmi was created really beautifully. And it was so that she came out of the water. Through the water she came out, so clean. And she has no pride. She doesn't assert herself. She doesn't put her pressure on others. But human beings are just opposite. If they have money, they ride on a horse all the time. They cannot come down. It's impossible to talk to them. So, a person who has money is not a one who is worshipping Lakshmi, who is not a Lakshmipati, as call him, the owner of the Lakshmi. Because she stands only on a lotus. Can you imagine how light she must be to stand on a lotus? She has a big body, everything is there, but she stands on a lotus. That she takes all her weight within herself. She just sucks in her weight, as Sri Krishna has described, that like a tortoise sucks in his legs inside his body, in the same way, we have to suck in all the weight of money, weight of your positions, weight of your so-called education, weight of some aristocratic family you are born of. This is all nonsense, which makes you a heavy person to go down very fast. So she stands or floats in a way on the lotus. And what a thing is beautiful is lotus, that she doesn't disturb any petals of the lotus, nothing. She just stands peacefully in a balance. Unless and until you have a balance, you cannot stand on a lotus. So she is so balanced, her center of gravity is so balanced that she cannot topple down. Now in Sahaja Yoga, some people you ask them, how are you? 10 years have passed, sometimes like this also. Why? Because you must be grounded in the Mother Earth, into the practical side of it. It's nothing something we are hanging in the air, but we are grounded in the Mother Earth. And the slightest thing happens to us, again we come back to our balance. So this is her position when she stands up in the lotus. Now she has a hand, one hand like this, one hand like this. And there are two hands which have got, again the lotuses, the pink ones. Yesterday you saw the pink. Pink is her fragrance, I think, is spread on the sky. But she's pink. Pink because that shows that her house, her nature is pink. Pink is inviting, is loving. She is a very fond hostess, that she wants everybody to come in her house. But if you see a rich man, he'll have 10 dogs outside and nobody can come inside the house. Only the dogs, and he lives. He can't live with human beings. So the house is closed, the doors are closed, everything closed, money is closed permanently. So, such a person cannot be called as Lakshmipati. He is not a Lakshmipati. Because he must have a cozy, beautiful, cozy, again I say cozy house. Cozy doesn't mean like a hospital. Anything drops, you feel frightened. Oh my God, let me pick it up. Cozy means where you are comfortable. It's all right. In the house, in the home, if somebody comes and stays, then if little bit is here and there, doesn't matter, then you put it right. But that doesn't mean a lousy house also. It should not be taken as a lousy house, but a house which is inviting. When people come in, you give them a place to sit down and make them enjoy. It's not done in India, at least I don't know. So far we are now quite getting westernized, that anybody drops something on the carpet, will never clean it in their presence because it's very bad manners. Carpet is not important than the guest, is it? Or if he breaks something, say a glass, they may say, very good, something has gone out, some bad thing has gone out. Or a thermometer is broken, we say the same thing. All these things happen. In a way, just to see how far we are open-hearted. Or to suggest to you that something is going wrong. If something falls off, just see what's going on in your brain. What are you thinking? Is there something funny you are thinking about somebody, or something wrong you are thinking? Then it's happening. Otherwise, everything is nice and smooth. So another conditioning we have, which is a very, very funny conditioning. Either we'll have the lousiest of lousiest houses, or we'll have houses which will just like hospitals. Even a rat would not enter there, leave alone human beings. They'll polish all the brass, they'll polish everything. Husband, wife will fight on that. They'll have divorces for it. But not even a rat will enter that house. I have seen many houses like that. And I have seen the other way around also, those that are lousiest, where there's no garden, there are no flowers, nothing beautiful. So, we have to be not to this extreme or that extreme, but something that will give joy to others, to visitors, to people who come to your house, will soothe the sick. People should feel happy to come to your house. So there's no showing off. Not to show off, but to make them comfortable and very happy. You can do lots of things, very interesting things, if you have the Lakshmi principle in you. I met once a Chinese gentleman, in a very, very beautiful house, everything, and he was so interesting. It made the house very interestingly, very nice, very beautiful. And you didn't feel any aggression at all in that house. So, I saw his dining room done with very good, beautiful green marble and white lights. I said, must be quite expensive. No, that's the beauty. It's very cheap. You know how I did it cheaply. All the time he was telling me how he did things cheaply, means he's never showed off it's expensive. But a person who's aggressive will say, oh, you know, this one I got it for so much, so much, so much. But a person who wants to give you joy says, no, I do it so cheap you won't believe, for a song. That's the sign of a person who wants to give joy to his guests. He'll never try to say that it's very expensive, I spent so much money, this is so, this, that. This is showing off. And then ultimately if it says very good 3 times, then it's yours. Have it. Of course you can't give you the floor, the rest of it you can take. That's what it is. A personality which is joy-giving. Like a lotus, as I have told you before also, a beetle comes, a black beetle with horrible thorny legs, and enters into this lotus for sleeping in the night, you see. And the lotus closes down, its coziness on it, and it sleeps very comfortably. And then next day it opens out. So it flies out. That's how your homes, your ashrams, your hearts should be. Beautiful. So that anybody can feel that soothing and that comforting feeling when they are in your company. But not a person who was reactionary. Like you go to somebody's house and immediately say, I don't like this carpet. So it's bad manners, absolute bad manners to say like that. To say that I don't like it is bad manners for surgery. Any music you hear, supposing there's a musician who could be of a very high level, could be of a very ordinary level. You should be able to enjoy everything. Otherwise you are not a surgeon. If you are going to criticize a musician, that, oh God, what a musician, he is no good, this, that, then he is not going to improve. But if you encourage the musician, oh, you're very good, you're very great, he'll play much better next time, you see that. There's no falsehood about it. Some people think it's not honest. But this kind of useless, absolutely fatal kind of honesty is not wanted in surgery. You be honest to yourself. And there's no need to tell anybody your opinion very honestly. Keep it to yourself, all these honest opinions, and direct towards yourself. Like you see somebody. Honestly, you want to tell him that he's wearing a funny dress. Honestly. You better look at yourself. What sort of a dress you are wearing? And what business you have got to tell him that he's wearing funny. On the contrary, say, this is very nice, I like it, it's very nice, it's good, nice one. They say, no, but he'll say that, no, not so good, yours is not. Oh, you can get this very cheaply. You see, very cheaply. I'll tell you from where you can. Or you can have it if you like. I can take yours, you take mine. So the basic, subtle point is that with your love, you are encouraging everyone. You are helping everyone. You are creating a confidence in him, his personality. And a kind of a rapport which is very subtle. So, a lotus is born in the pond, which is so dirty, filthy, full of worms, everything, like as we see the world is today. But the lotus covers, which is fragrance, the whole of that pond, and covers it up completely, and you forget to think what is behind. It has very big leaves, very big leaves, you see, like the ears of the elephant, and that covers the whole thing. So you don't see any filth or dirt. What you see is beautiful, green, big leaves. Sometimes they are like a thali, like a big thali that we use for eating. And then all these things are covered with it. There's no honesty about it. They could say, why should we be honest? Let's see all the worms and the filth going about. But the honesty lies in honestly understanding what is your job as Sahaja is. You are not there to point out the bad points, but you are there to cover all the bad points, all the loopholes with your law. That's your job. And there you have to be honest. Sense of honesty, the way it is accepted these days, it has created only cheats and thugs and thieves. Even a thief can be won over. You can. I'll give you an example. I met one boy in Delhi market. Poor thing, he was all wounded, he was suffering, so I brought him in the car home. So in the family, my brother and my husband both got very worried. He said, who is this brother-in-law you brought it? I said, he's my nephew, all right, let it be, doesn't matter. Whatever you say, I'll keep him. So I looked after him, I treated him, he got all right. These two persons got after him. We could send him to the police, send him to the police. I said, try, let's just see. He's a good man, he'll be all right. No, send him to the police. Might have been, I don't know, might have been. And they were after his life. Till 10 days he was all right, I soothed him that. After 10th day he was so fed up with these two persons, he ran away. And he ran away with what, do you know? He ran away with all the things that belonged to my brother and my husband. And he left my necklaces, my watches, everything nicely. He didn't touch them. He didn't touch them. Hello, see, when I'm talking, don't talk to each other. This is the new Sahaja. Tell him not to talk. When I'm talking, don't talk. That's not the way. So he just ran away. And imagine he left, I had a necklace, a very nice, beautiful, expensive necklace, I should say, given by my mother. He didn't touch it. He didn't touch anything. And he took away whatever was possible from their purse, from their things, whatever were left. Everything he took away. Now I said, now go to the police. What? So, this is how one has to know that the honesty is for yourself, not for others. Don't try to be honest with others. Be honest to yourself. Keep that honesty to yourself, because maybe it's rational and maybe that it is just a matter of habit that you are trying to hurt others. So first check on your mind and find out if you are trying to hurt others or you are trying to please others. Otherwise don't talk, just keep quiet. If you are going to say something to please others, talk, otherwise just don't talk. And you'll be surprised. When you say nice things to others, how niceness comes to you. Like supposing somebody comes and tells me that, mother, he's very bad, he's troubled me so much, this thing, that thing. I don't like him. So I tell him, no, he was praising you a lot. It's not honest, but I tell him. He was praising you, he was so much in love with you, he's so kind to you, he was telling me he loves you very much. I said, really? Yeah, he did say. Next day you find them going together. So in Sahaja Yoga, once you come in, there's very little is left out, very little here and there. Some of them are really very superficial, but most of you have very little things left here and there. And only if you can watch that part, you can throw it away and you can really become very joyous people. Wow. Now there are some people who never smile, who never laugh. So then you are allowed to tickle them. It's absurd. It's said that you have to be like children. You have to be like children. You play with something, finish. Then you play with another thing, finished. You don't get involved into anything. You don't get attached to anything. Unless and until you have that childlike heart, you cannot enjoy Sahaja Yoga. It's useless. You will be here for years together, you will be useless, absolutely. Especially if you are coming from false gurus, it's very difficult. Because what I have known of false gurus, they never laugh, never smile, they are very serious. Only take your money, keep on the backside. So it is important that we should be in a very joyous mood, alert, aware, enjoying every bit of it. That's one of the Lakshmi's principles. Now another thing is that the suggestion is of the left hand is like this, means she is giving. A person who has money must give. Not to the Pope, I never mean that. But must give to somebody who needs it. But so secretly that this hand should not know, is so far away. This hand should give, just secretly. Sometimes it's difficult to give money to anyone. I find it difficult because I find it that people will not like it. So there is a way of giving. There are so sweet ways of giving. Just try to notice what that person likes. Sometimes even children understand. Like I know of my granddaughter, she said this boy, Nani, doesn't even have any good chappals. I feel so bad about it. But how to give him? He will not take money from him. So I said, you do one thing. You go and do something to his chappal. So she went and she little bit spoiled his chappals more, you see. They were walking together, it broke. So she said, see now, chappals are broken. She took him to a chappal shop and bought him a chappal. He said, but I have no money. He said, no, just take it, that's all right. So just, I'll be very happy to take. That's how. It's so sweet to hear and then do it. How beautiful it must be. We like to hear everything. We want to see in a film everything good, in a television. But when it comes to us, we are different. When we see a mother-in-law torturing her daughter-in-law, we always say, oh, look at her, how cruel she is. But we don't want to see we are the same. So cruelty is out of question in Sahaja Yoga. Out of question. Nobody has to be cruel to anyone. Nobody has a right to be cruel. Whether they are leaders or non-leaders or anything they are, you have no business anyway to be cruel to anyone, hurting anyone. We are not daggers. We are lotuses. If you have to hit somebody, hit with a lotus. It's such a delicate thing. But it can be only understood if you go deep into it, into Sahaja Yoga. Otherwise it cannot be understood. Now, a saint is a saint. He cannot become cruel. He cannot. There's no need. What is the need to be cruel? So then, with one hand, there should be dan, means giving. Giving in a way that is secret. There's no need to give me anything. I've been telling you, don't give me anything. I don't want to take anything. If you give me anything, gold and silver, I'll leave it here. I cannot take it. The reason is not that, I don't appreciate that you are loving me, this thing, but a flower is sufficient for me. But a person who needs something, you must give. I am so self-contained, I know that very well. But I can live anywhere, I can live on the street, I can live anywhere, I have no problem. I can do without food, no problem. All right, in adoration you want to give me something. But I've been telling that don't give me. If you give me anything expensive, I'll leave it here. I will not take it. And we have now passed a law, regulation and everything, but I hope you'll listen to me. So what is needed is the thing that we should know what is the dearth of another person. What will you need? You need silver for puja, all right, I'll give you silver, all right. But in such a sweet manner that you don't feel that mother is giving us anything. So there should be a feeling of giving at the right time, at the best opportune moment to give something. That is also one thing, just like a cameraman knows when to click. In the same way, you must know where to click when giving is concerned. When odd times if you give, it can be a very hurting thing. A person can feel very hurt if you give at the odd time to someone something. You have so many stories of that kind, like Sudama's, that when he went to see Sri Krishna, and Sri Krishna took out his procession. In the procession, they were just taking out his bad eyes with some pearls. So Sudama said, let one pearl fall into my lap also. He was very poor. But when he went back, he saw his house was made of gold by Sri Krishna. It's such a surprise. So that elevates the heart. So it should be elevating. It should not be sensational, but it should be elevating, and that helps the person. Because whatever you give for spiritual growth is the one that is the best thing that you can give to anyone, even in material things. Even in material things, you give something for spiritual growth. There are so many ways, if you want to think about it, of giving someone something, that spiritually he feels comforted, he feels happy and joyous. The another hand is like this. This hand is shown that you have to protect. You have to protect. I have seen Sahajogis, some of them who are very superficial, join hands with non-Sahajogis. Immediately, you can make out the fraternity. If I see one woman going with another woman, who I know is a Bhutishwan, I know the another one must be. That's how the combination always works. There's a fraternity of good Sahajogis and fraternity of bad Sahajogis. So, when you see this hand is a protection to all the Sahajogis. We all have to protect each other. Nobody should touch you. Of course, I'm all the time worried about your protection. If anybody comes and criticizes Sahajogi, anyone, he may be the Prime Minister and thing, I'll stand by the Sahajogis. I'll go up to any courts or anywhere and I'll stand by that Sahajogi. Even he may be wrong, still I will stand by the Sahajogi because the spirit is there. So we have to protect. We have to protect our children. We have to protect our wives. We have to protect our husbands. We have to protect, and our Raksha as they call it. Protect all the artists. Protect all the people who need protection in this world. So many people need protection from Sahajogis. Now see, the classical art is dying out. They're having funny sort of a modern art. I don't mind if it is really modern in the sense that they are evolved people and they are producing something of a spiritual value. But one line like that and one line like that makes a drawing or a painting. Don't support such nonsense. Then poetry, which is wrong, should not be supported. Or literature, which is talking of filthy things, ugly things, dirty things, should never be protected. But whatever is good, whatever is beautiful, produced, created by anyone, even by a child, must be protected. Like a politician who is an honest politician, is a good politician, who is a benevolent. He may not be a Sahajogi, but he should be protected. In your heart of hearts, you should think, Mother, please protect this man. You must have feelings for that. So what we have to protect here is the goodness, is the peace. That's our duty. We have to protect. We should not say, all right, why should we care? He's not a Sahajogi. No, but he's a good man. Whether he's a Sahajogi or not doesn't matter, but he's a good man, so we protect him because of his virtues. We must protect a person who is virtuous, very important. For his virtue's sake, you must protect him. And you should not be only limited in among yourselves, Sahajogis. You are the protector of the world. You are the kings of the world. Think like that. You have to worry about everything. What's happening here and what's happening there, you must know everything. So, some people say, Mother says, don't say television. I do not say like that. Absolutely. What I was saying, you must see what's happening in the world. But all the time glued to the television, your eyes will be spoiled and see all dirty, filthy nonsense. There's no need. But why should I tell you? You yourself will know. But you must see things. You must be informed, well informed, especially the ladies must be very well informed. It's very important because what I find, ladies in Sahaja Yoga, they come, they just jump in the scene, finish that. That's not the way. You must learn how to swim, you must know how to make others also to swim, to protect them. You must know everything that's going on in this world where you are born. You are not to be just secluded from there. You must know everything. You ask me, I'm a woman, I know everything about every country, I know the problem. That's how I can solve. In Colombia, I went there, you know what has happened now, Colombia. In Russia, everywhere. You have to put your attention to all these things, especially the women must know their Shaktis. And their Shakti is of love, of attention. So this protective speciality has to be with us, and we must know we are in charge. We are in charge of this world. We are in charge of the whole humanity. We have to look after them. We are not limited Sahajogis. We are unlimited. We are eternal beings. And take up that personality within yourself. Then only the Diwali is completed. You can't have Diwali with something that is short-lived. You have to have something that's burning forever. So this is the beauty of Sahaja Yoga, is that you become really a great personality. But this is not the end of it. This is only the Lakshmi principle I told you. But once this Lakshmi principle covers you up, then the Mahalakshmi principle starts, is that you think of the world as a great challenge to you. That you have to give the Mahalakshmi principle. That you have to give them realization. You have to raise them up. And this principle, once starts working in the Mahalakshmi principle, then all the problems are your own. You have to start working it out. Change the attitude is the best way I can say towards all other things, that we have to solve the problem. We are here to solve the problem. Like I've seen is a very common thing. Somebody comes out with a problem, I tell them, do this. They'll say, but in this. Then do that, but in this, that. Like that, they go on, all the loopholes till I say, now this is your problem, not mine. I'm giving you 100 solutions and none of them suits you. But here you should know you are the one who has to solve the problem. It is your problem. The world is your problem. Why were you born at this time? Why did you get your realization? And why are you Sahajogis? Just for namesake? So in every field you have to take responsibilities to see what you can do. Supposing you are an architect, all right, have designs made. Create designs. Just try. I'll help you. You are a musician, then take up ways and methods of spreading good music. If you are a writer, then write something interesting, not boring, something interesting, something which will elevate people. If you are a government servant, all right, try to show that you are acting for the government that is of a much higher level, and such a person will be respected, very much respected. Everybody's personality will grow, not that you run away from somewhere, because most of the people say that mother will get caught up, this, that, It depends on. I told you that I have to sometimes shake hands with 600 people who are sometimes absolutely drunk. So it's all right, that's my job. So we are not going to run away. we are covered with the protection of the spirituality. If you can keep to the central path of Sushumna, nobody can touch you. So, out of the Lakshmi principle, I hope you get all the tattvas, all the principles satisfied in you fully, and also the Mahalakshmi principle flows through your being. You have to be very satisfied and comfortable people, not to find faults. If you are finding faults, then know that you are not Sajogis. If you are trying to control others, then know that you are not Sajogis. Even the leaders, I would say, should never try to control. They must know how the principle is working in the silence. See for themselves how it is working. There's a trick you must learn. Of course, little correction is needed. That time you correct the person. At that time doesn't matter. But you must know how the whole principle of benevolence is working itself. The whole Param Chaitanya is doing the benevolence part. You must know that. As I have told you before also, we have to be like the sea, which receives all the rivers into it. If you are on top of the hill, you cannot receive anything. So you have to be like a sea to receive everything, and you have to be at the height. As I told you the other day, the same way, that very close to this sea, there should be a personality which is above everything else. Such a beautiful personality you should have is the depth of the sea and the height of the Kailasa. May God bless you. Now, do you know the meaning of all these Lakshmis? Can you tell them? Or should I tell? Keep it on this side. One, yes? Give me the pages.
Come mettete questi qua? Questi sono agganciati.
Lower. This one is lower. Can I have my spectacles? No, I can. Now first is the Adya Lakshmi. Adya is the one who is the primordial Lakshmi. As I told you about that, she came out of the sea. So that's what we call Christ's mother was called as Maria, because she came from Mary. People don't know why she was called as Mary. My name also is, as you know, is Neera, meaning coming from water. Then the second one is Vidya Lakshmi. She is the one who teaches you the technique of handling the divine power. Now this is to be understood very well. What is a Lakshmi? Lakshmi is graciousness. So she teaches you how to use this power with graciousness. Now, this is what is the blessing going to you, so that you get the power of Adya Lakshmi, by which you become like water. Now, what is the water? It has a cleansing power and it shines. Without water we cannot exist, it's life. So that's the first blessing for you, is that your face shines with Adya Lakshmi, that you become cleansing, and that you can sing all that is material, all that is light can float on you. Now, the Vidya Lakshmi is the one, as I told you, gives you knowledge. Knowledge how to handle the divine power graciously. I'll give you an example. I've seen many people, when they give bandhan, it's such a crude way that, no, it is not to be done. It's a Lakshmi's blessing. So how you do it? Very carefully. You see me, how I give always. I never do that way. I cannot. Even if, with respect, with grace. She represents the respect part of it. And that you get, that knowledge, how to do it gracefully. Everything to be done gracefully, in a manner that looks gracious. See, some people who talk have no grace. Some people who give knowledge of Sahaja Yoga also have no grace. And they talk in a disgraceful manner. So all the grace, how to use the knowledge of the divine, is given by Vidya Lakshmi. Now Saubhagya Lakshmi. She is the one who gives you good fortune. Good fortune doesn't mean money, but it means the grace of money. Many people have money, but it's like money on a donkey. You do not find any grace in that person. Or it doesn't also mean, Saubhagya doesn't mean only money. It means all the good luck. All the good luck in everything in a very gracious manner it gives. To you the blessing, so that you also are blessed, as well as those people who will meet you will be blessed with Saubhagya. Amruta Lakshmi. Amrut means the one that is the nectar. If you take that, you will not die, means eternity. So she is the one who gives you the life of eternity. Graha Lakshmi. Graha Lakshmi is the deity of the family, the one who is the deity of the family. Now, any housewife need not be Graha Lakshmi. She can be a shrew. She can be a horrid thing. The deity of the household. If she resides in you, then you are a Graha Lakshmi. Otherwise you are not. Then there is Raja Lakshmi. She is the one who gives grace to the kings. If the kings behave like servants, then they are not called as kings. They have to behave in a dignified manner. The dignity, the majesty of the king comes from the Raja Lakshmi in him. But a Sahajogi need not be trained. He walks very straight, in a very stately manner. In his movement, he is stately. He is very majestic in handling people. He is very gracious in doing anything in such a manner that people think, oh, here comes a king. Satya Lakshmi. That is, that you get the awareness of truth, but apart from that. The awareness of truth is there, but to put the truth forward in a gracious manner. Not to, now this is the truth, have it. Not like that. You don't have to hit people with the truth. You have to put it in a flower and give it to them. That is Satya Lakshmi. Of course, the all Lakshmi Tattvas are the parasympathetic powers within us, but they are actually expressed in our brain. Brain is the Virata. Is the Vishnu when he becomes the Virat, the Akbar. So all his powers, especially these powers, are in the brain. So the brain itself spontaneously behaves in such a manner that people think that this is a special type of a personality. Then we have got Bhogya Lakshmi, by which you know how to enjoy. A Sahajogi always knows how to enjoy everything. He doesn't the Sahajogi is never worried type. Anything he can enjoy. Once we climbed a very steep place called Palitana. It was about 6 miles, about like that, as if walking for 6 miles. Climbed up. I reached there. I saw the beautiful carvings. I was not tired at all when I saw the carving. And I was telling my son-in-law, see, every tail of the elephant is made differently. He says, Mother, I am panting here. How can you see the tails of the elephant? It is because I can enjoy. You should be able to enjoy anything. Now supposing you see something absurd, ridiculous, then you should laugh and enjoy. This is the ridiculous thing, you see. It is absurd. But one should not get angry with somebody because somebody is absurd or funny, but should make it enjoyable. So that is the greatest, I think one of the greatest blessings, that she gives you the power to enjoy things. Otherwise, whatever you may try, people don't enjoy anything because they have become so ego-oriented that nothing goes into their heads. They have to be tickled here with the electrode. Yoga Lakshmi, the one who gives you yoga. That power is within you. That is the power of Lakshmi within you. Means you give others the yoga. Now when you give the power of yoga to others, having when you use your power of yoga, then you don't behave like a monkey or a donkey or a horse, but you do it with grace. Do it in such a manner that it is very gracious. That is what you call, संस्कृत में भद्रता को कोई शब्द है क्या इंग्लिश में? भद्रता.
Gently.
In a gentle, dignified, majestic way. Gentle, dignified, majestic way. 3 words for 1 word. So, this is what it is. And now when you have sung it in this manner, this power has been bestowed upon you. Now, even if you want, you cannot behave indecently. You are fixed. Alright, thank you very much. So, mantras should be said deliberately with understanding. Like the one you have made one poem, song. In that you sing in a proper way. Never just go on, Shri, this Shri, that Shri. No. It's like taking a roll call of the Lakshmis. Are you there? Are you there? Are you there? Like that. So now do it in a very deliberate manner and with due respect and graciousness. Because especially with the Lakshmi's thing, you have to be extremely gracious. You have to use very gentle words and gentle tunes and gentle notes. All right.
We, as we celebrating Diwali, it's very important that the aspects of Sri Lakshmi are awakened within us. That graciousness which comes from her manifests through us. So, first and foremost, we thank her for incarnating as Sri Fatima, as the great power of Sri Mahalakshmi, whose incarnation was as Sri Grihalakshmi, as Sri Hazrat Fatima. And she established that principle for eternity for everyone. So let's, with that graciousness, with that gentle, dignified, majestic way, offer her name and request her to bless all of us and to bless all Saj Yogis, bless all mankind. Hazrat Fatima B. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Hazrat Fatima B. Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Shri Mataji Shri Nirmala Devai Namo Namaha. Verily, Shrimadji, you're Shri Adya Lakshmi. You're the one who gives us that graciousness of Shri Lakshmi. Shri Adya Lakshmi. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Adya Lakshmi Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Shri Mataji Shri Nirmala Devai Namo Namaha. For verily, you're Shri Vidya Lakshmi. You're that great mother who's given us that divine consciousness and that divine knowledge, and also the graciousness of how to manage or how to use this divine power. Shri Vidya Lakshmi. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Vidya Lakshmi Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Shri Mataji Shri Nirmala Devai Namo Namaha. For verily, you're Shri Saubhagya Lakshmi. You are the one who gives us the good luck, the well-being of our spirit. Shri Saubhagya Lakshmi. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Saubhagya Lakshmi Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Shri Mataji Shri Nirmala Devai Namo Namaha. So verily, you're Shri Graha Lakshmi. You're the deity of the house, and you're the one who brings the peace and the auspiciousness and the joy to the house, to the home. Shri Graha Lakshmi. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Graha Lakshmi Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Shri Mataji Shri Nirmala Devai Namo Namaha. For you're the one who gives us the divine nectar of love, the joy of the vibrations. For your Shri Amrita Lakshmi. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Amrita Lakshmi Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Shri Mataji Shri Nirmala Devai Namo Namaha. For you're the one who gives us that royal dignity of a realized soul, of a Saj Yogi, conducting ourselves with that dignity, with that majesty of someone who has been blessed by the goddess. Shri Rajya Lakshmi. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Rajya Lakshmi Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Shri Mataji Shri Nirmala Devai Namo Namaha. For you're the one who's bestowed on us the capacity to enjoy everything with grace. For you are Shri Bhogya Lakshmi. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Bhogya Lakshmi Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Shri Mataji Shri Nirmala Devai Namo Namaha. For you're the one who's given us the joy of truth and also the capacity to share that truth with graciousness, with the dignity with which it should be handled. Shri Satya Lakshmi. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Satya Lakshmi Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Shri Mataji Shri Nirmala Devai Namo Namaha. Verily, Srimati, you're the one who's bestowed on us the yoga, and you've also given us that power, that capacity to share this union with you, with others, in a gracious way. Shri Yoga Lakshmi. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Yoga Lakshmi Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Shri Mataji Shri Nirmala Devai Namo Namaha. And above all, you have awakened the power of Shri Mahalakshmi within us, the power which bridges that gap which exists in the Bhavsagara, in the void, and raise us toward this high level of consciousness so that we actually have this tremendous joy of uniting with you, of being one with you. For verily, you're Shri Mahalakshmi. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Mahalakshmi Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Shri Mataji Shri Nirmala Devai Namo Namaha. Jai Shri Mataji. We can get ready for Aarti.
सबको दुआ देना, माँ सबको दुआ देना। जय निरमल माता जी, जय निरमल माता जी, दिल में सदा रहना, माँ सबको दुआ देना, सबको दुआ देना, माँ सबको दुआ देना। जय निरमल माता जी, जय निरमल माता जी, दिल में सदा रहना, माँ सबको दुआ देना। जग में संकट कारण कितने दिए अवतार, माँ कितने दिए अवतार। विश्व में तेरी महिमा, विश्व में तेरी महिमा, तो गंगा यमुना, माँ सबको दुआ देना, सबको दुआ देना, माँ सबको दुआ देना। जय निरमल माता जी, जय निरमल माता जी, दिल में सदा रहना। माँ सबको दुआ देना। जो भी शरण में आया सुख ही मिला उसको, माँ सुख ही मिला उसको। बैठ के दिल में ओ माँ, बैठ के दिल में ओ माँ, लौट के ना जाना। माँ सबको दुआ देना, सबको दुआ देना। माँ सबको दुआ देना। जय निरमल माता जी, जय निरमल माता जी, दिल में सदा रहना। माँ सबको दुआ देना। मानव में अवतर के कर दिया उजियाला, माँ कर दिया उजियाला। कलयुग में माया है, कलयुग में माया है, फिर भी पहचाना। माँ सबको दुआ देना, सबको दुआ देना। माँ सबको दुआ देना। जय निरमल माता जी, जय निरमल माता जी, दिल में सदा रहना। माँ सबको दुआ देना। संत जनों की धरती है भारत माता, माँ है भारत माता। इस धरती पर आकर, इस धरती पर आकर, दुख से दूर करना। माँ सबको दुआ देना, सबको दुआ देना। माँ सबको दुआ देना। जय निरमल माता जी, जय निरमल माता जी, दिल में सदा रहना। माँ सबको दुआ देना। जब दिल में आए तब मधु संगीत सुन लो, माँ मधु संगीत सुन लो। हो सके जो सेवा, हो सके जो सेवा, हमसे करा लेना। माँ सबको दुआ देना, सबको दुआ देना। माँ सबको दुआ देना। जय निरमल माता जी, जय निरमल माता जी, दिल में सदा रहना। माँ सबको दुआ देना, माँ सबको दुआ देना। माँ सबको दुआ देना। श्री महालक्ष्मी महासरस्वती महाकाली त्रिगुणात्मिका कुंडलिनी साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माता जी। की साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माता जी श्री निर्मला देव्यै नमो नमः। त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री कल्की साक्षात् श्री सहस्रार स्वामिनी मोक्ष प्रदायिनी माता जी श्री निर्मला देव्यै नमो नमः। श्री निर्मला देव्यै नमो नमः। श्री निर्मला देव्यै नमो नमः। बोलो श्री भगवती माता जी श्री निर्मला देवी की जय।
Mm-hmm.